hood sucks. Who's did it? If I go to spaceship, man, who'd get in?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to this year's Rants. And of course, I'm your host, your YouTube Messiah. Off here to never duplicate Superstar 2 Dishes. And let's go over Raw this week. It was in the ThunderDome. And, well, kind of weird emotions walking into this one, for considering this the go home show to Backlash coming up this week. Before we do though, let's switch gears, talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind, and the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. Well, it was the throwback retro episode, so first off, don't go thinking that, you know, we're going to get a whole bunch of old classics or the old retro guys. No, we had guest appearance from like Teddy Long. I think that's about the best I can recall. They had a CGI for the SmackDown Fist, and, you know, they showed clips from the very first SmackDown main event with Triple H and The Rock. Useless information, though. What they don't want you to remember from that night was also Sable had a bra and panties match against Tori, and Tori was this close to walking out that stage wearing nothing but her underwear. And yeah, it really tells you something if that's the first thing I remember from that SmackDown, huh? Pretty sure I just felt the brain duster on that one. Sorry, but either way, the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. Jimmy officially returned. He's with Roman now. Roman cut a nice promo saying that he's here to deliver, unlike Daniel Bryan, who lost. And they mocked the Hall doing a 10-bell salute for him, with Paul Heyman doing ding, ding, which was fucking hilarious. And then Seth and Cesaro wound up coming down at one point and started squabbling with them all. And then next thing you know, hold on there, players! We got a visit from the one and only Teddy Long, who said, tonight, you're gonna go one-on-one with The Undertaker. Oh wait, that didn't happen. No, he said it, but it didn't happen. Damn it. Either way, you know, it's a shame Randy doesn't work on Fridays now, because he could have said, you will go one-on-one tonight with Randy Orton. You know, which would have been fucking phenomenal, just to have that for old time's sake. But either way, Teddy wound up saying he was given some authority by the powers that be, if you will, saying that if Cesaro did win his match against Seth tonight, that Cesaro would be granted a title match against Roman at Backlash. Then a match between Seth and Roman proceeded doing, or not Seth and Roman, between Seth and Cesaro then ensued. Jimmy wound up interfering and accidentally helped Cesaro get the win. So Cesaro is going to be going against Roman at Backlash. Hopefully, this is the moment that we have all been waiting for, which, think of the right way to say this. Do I think Cesaro is going to win the title? Probably not. However, you don't always need to win the title to be over. And while yes, Cesaro is over, I think if he wins, or not wins, but puts on a good enough match and shows that he can perform and he can fucking go, that, you know, hell, make him the guy. Make him the next guy. That's what I'm thinking. Fingers, toes, whatever you can cross, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Odin, Zeus, whoever is up there hearing, please help out on this one. Yeah. Other than that, other big highlights from SmackDown. Bayley had a nice little segment with Bianca highlighting their match coming up on Sunday. Tamina, I should say. Tamina had a match with Reginald, which was don't get me wrong, as an outside character, Reggie, he's cool to see, you know, it's nice to see him, you know, running interference and all, but he just constantly does flip after flip after flip after flip after flip, and it's just like, my God, is the guy going to be like a fucking spot monkey? And I'm not saying that, it's just like, fuck. I mean, the Young Bucks don't even do that much flippy shit. And I'm not criticizing it, you know? If that's your style and that's what works for you, okay. But my God, man. Shows that you got more than just one feather in your hat. Instead of just doing flips and dives and jumps, you know? But, as far as with the Tamina and Reginald thing, I think that's laying down some... We're going to wind up getting some more tag match between Nia and Tamina against Shayna and Nia coming up relatively soon. Also, the big highlights, that was the closing point. Roman confronted Jimmy. You know, point blank asked him, I need to know where you stand. Are you with me or not? And then Jimmy was just basically like, you know what? I'm out. And then him and Jay, and it just, yeah, it turned into a big squabbling thing. And then, so I'm thinking we're going to wind up getting Jimmy versus Jay at some point. And fuck, that's not a bad thing. Families fight, everyone knows that. I mean, hell, I've gotten into more fights with my brothers than I can count. No lie. No lie. My brother broke my fucking nose, man. He broke my nose. I gave him a small little fracture around his orbital bone. If that's not family love, I don't know what the fuck love is. Okay, now that we're done talking about SmackDown, let's get into this week's Raw. It starts out right away with a match. No replay. Well, yeah, they did show replay. Can't say no replay. No 20 to 30 minute promo. We go straight to a match. We got trios ladies action. Charlotte, Nia, and Shayna going. Oh, good Lord Almighty! Needed the heart pills right at the beginning of the show. Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, and Asuka. Yeah, that brain duster is probably worth it now. And now I won't lie. As far as it had a bit of a ho-hum kind of start, like, you know, like they were trying to feel each other, but they couldn't connect, like get on the same wavelength, if you will. And then eventually, right out of nowhere, you hear some creepy, disturbing music, and then right out of nowhere, you see up at the entryway, Alexa Bliss sitting on her swing with her little doll, Lily, sitting there, and I'm just sitting there thinking, damn. You know, listen, as much as we all shit on various promotions for various things, you know, and we've all taken pot shots at Impact and TNA. We've all taken pot shots at WWE. You know, we've all taken pot shots at different promotions, and they've all deserved it at some point or another. I will tip my hat to WWE on this. They're utilizing the fact that they don't have crowds to the best of their abilities with the fact of, okay, we're going to have this giant elaborate playground structure appear off camera, set up off camera, so that way it'll, boom, the second the camera cuts to it, you're like, holy shit, where the hell did that come from? You know, it's movie magic, if you will. You know, it's the power of movie magic. Also, another thing came to mind. When the hell is WWE Shop going to finally pull the trigger and make a Lily doll? Because I'm not going to lie, I would get one of those. Not going to lie, I'd probably get two. One to give to my niece, and then one to put in my collection. Don't judge, damn it. Either way. Bliss is up there. She's talking about on how she's there to watch her. Doesn't specify which her, but just says her. And then they go to break. They come back. The heels are leading. The heels are leading post-break. Mandy's the punching bag for a little bit. Asuka gets the hot tag in. Now this is where it got interesting because Shayna, she gets up to go and try to go and tag in Nia, but then her leg drops. She's like, like it's dead or like she tweaked it, not quite sure, I looked at the replay a handful of times. It didn't look like she tweaked it, but she acted as if she did. It could have been playing to the whole Alexa thing, doing voodoo shit, creepy voodoo shit, making her leg dead on the spot. Don't know. Gotta wait and see, but anyways, Shayna's down. Asuka got the hot tag. She bounced off the rope. Boom! Running Shining Wizard right to the face. 1, 2, 3. There's your winners. Next thing you know, we get later on in the show, we get a backstage segment with Adam Pearce saying Rhea, not Adam Pearce, Sonya saying that Rhea and Asuka need to take care of some of their hostilities before their match on Sunday, so them two are going to go one-on-one with each other. Rhea's like, oh, please. This was Charlotte's idea, wasn't it? Just to get us both softened up, huh? Asuka looks, I already competed tonight. I already know. I'm ready for her. I'm ready for you. I'll do it, though. So, yeah, we'll get to a match with them two later tonight. But before we do that, it's time to welcome back the modern-day Maharaja. Jinder Mahal returns. A lot of people shitted on the idea of Jinder being WWE Champion. I was all fucking for it. I will gladly admit to that. I was all for it, man. And it's not just because, it was the Indian experiment. No, fuck that shit. That's just stupid, short-sighted thinking. Here's the thing, and this is the thing a lot of people constantly make the argument on. Oh, they need to have new talent. They need to push new talent. They need to push new talent. Here's the thing. It's not the matter of if you're pushing new talent. Is the talent connecting? Now, is Jinder a talent? Yes. Did they push him? Yes. Did he connect? Unfortunately, not to many. Now, before Jinder came out, he cut a nice promo backstage saying on how he's now returned to Raw. Not saying he's back in WWE, but to Raw. Because if anyone knows, he's competed in that Indians show, that special for India, as well as had several matches on Main Event. And, he brought two big dudes with him. Unfortunately, I cannot remember their names off the top of my head. The best way I could describe them is they were the two big guys, Malcolm Beavis, formerly known as Stokely Hathaway in the Indies. He introduced them in NXT for a hot minute, and then they disappeared until Jinder brought them out. Yeah. Weird on how my memory works, huh? Either way, Jinder Mahal going against Jeff Hardy, and this was a damn good match. Jinder, he was leading for most of the match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm all for it, Do I think Jinder's going to wind up getting put in the world title picture again? No. Honestly, would I like it? Yeah. Put him against Drew. They got the 3MB history. You make this story. They both were in WWE. They both got fired. Then they both busted their asses while they were fired to get in the best physical shape of their lives, and then came back. These kind of stories don't really write themselves, folks. I mean, come on. This shit could work. Am I saying it's going to be like, oh my god, it's going to have 500 stars and it's going to be considered the greatest wrestling match of the next 5 million years? No. Do I think it'd be a half-decent match to have on a pay-per-view? Yeah. Jeff and Jeff and Jinder, they put on a good match. Jinder got the win with the Colossus. It was a clean win. The two guys, they didn't run any kind of interference. A lot of people were all pissed off. Oh, Jeff lost. Jeff should have won. Jeff should have. Here's the thing. Again, it goes back to the whole pushing talent. You want to push talent? You push talent. How do you help establish talent? Have them beat elder statesmen. Have them gain wins. Have them beat the elder statesmen. Is Jeff one of the elder statesmen? Yes, he is. Is that a knock and an insult on him? No, it's not. Because let's face facts. If you've been watching wrestling for as long as I have, you remember seeing Matt and Jeff Hardy coming out wearing plaid trunks that said faith and hope. Yeah. The Hardy Boys have been around in WWE for a long ass time. Now with that said, let's move to the next match. It was trios men's action. Actually, not even trios. It was 8-man tag action. Riddle, Randy, and the New Day going against Elias, Jaxson, Ryker, AJ Styles, and Omos, which honestly had a bit of an interesting... When you look at that on paper, you can't help but think, okay, you're putting Randy with New Day, given history with Randy and Kofi, and you're putting AJ, you're putting Omos and AJ near Ryker and all. This is interesting. Yeah. Okay. Now, Riddle, he was leading right up until Omos came in. Omos destroyed everyone. Once Randy tried to creep in, Omos saw him. He was like, kind of like Homer Simpson disappearing into the bushes. And then they cut the break. They come, excuse me. They come back from break. Riddle's the punching bag. And then Woods gets a hot tag. Starts cleaning up for a hot minute, and then he becomes the punching bag, which is absolutely something which is really cool to see in a tag team perspective because it's something different. Next thing you know, Riddle, he winds up getting another hot tag in, starts cleaning up house. Randy winds up getting tagged in at one point, hits an RKO onto Elias, gets the 1, 2, 3. That is it. Everyone's in the ring celebrating, cheering, laughing, celebrating, and then Randy, boom, pops an RKO onto Kofi, and then boom, pops an RKO onto Woods, walks out, and Riddle's like, what? And, you know, I'm not going to lie, it's the whole Matt Riddle, Randy Orton thing is kind of growing on me in a very weird, kind of funky way. It's like, I kind of dig on how Randy's like, listen, I really don't fucking like you, but you do the damn job. So because you're doing the damn job, I want to fucking work with you. And I kind of dig that. Because we've all been like that at some point or another where we've had people we legitimately don't like, but we work good with. We're like, oh fuck, I gotta work with that bastard. Alright, well, he can get the job done at least. Yeah. So next up we got Sheamus going against Humberto Carrillo. Non-title, of course. And Jimmy, he's straight up powering Humberto right up into the break. Humberto, he builds up a little bit of a nice comeback later on into the match. But for the most part, it's Jimmy doing the power game, which is, again, he got a big angry 6-foot jacked up Irish guy going against a smaller dude like Humberto, you know. It's what the fuck you expect, man? I mean, I'm not taking away. Do I think Humberto could shoot and go? Fuck yeah, but if you're looking at just like based on physical appearances, like that big motherfucker's gonna whoop your ass. But good enough match. It came to an end. It was a double countout because at one point Sheamus, he was up on the apron. Humberto wound up going over, did a sunset flip, power bomb. Sheamus landed ugly right around on what looked like around Humberto's leg or his knees. Really hoping it was nothing serious. Hoping it was just a for this show and for story. If it is 10 get you 20, we're going to wind up getting a title match this Sunday, saying that because of this horrifying and piss poor way of an ending of this match, now we're going to settle it once and for all right here. Again, my way of wording it. So, that said, now we come to Cedric Alexander versus Shelton Benjamin, which was built up via last week. Like I said, them two squabbling at each other after their loss from Lucha House Party. And Cedric, for the most part, was leading it and, was doing a damn good job working on Shelton Benjamin's one knee. And I've always loved Shelton Benjamin. I love seeing his work in Ring of Honor. The kid has got potential. Well, not even potential. The kid's got talent and he can go places. And he would put on a damn good match with Shelton. It was really good. I dug it. Shelton Benjamin got the win. He had a T-bone suplex right onto Cedric right out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. That came to be because Cedric, he was getting cocky and confident, and at one point was yelling at the commentators to go and proclaim him being the greatest and being better than him, being Shelton and all. And yeah. So now we come to the women's match that I highlighted earlier. Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. At one point, Charlotte Flair does come down wearing... good Lord Almighty. Came down wearing wearing full black bodysuit and just like... Okay, whether you think she's attractive or not, she's pulling that shit off, and that's just sheer confidence. Like, god damn. I dare somebody to try and step to her and tell her she can't pull that shit off. Ugh. Now on to the match, and after I'm done feeling phantom pains from getting hit in the back of the head. Sorry. As far as Asuka and Rhea Ripley go, Asuka was straight up on fire right at the start, Now, was this up to a part of what they were doing at WrestleMania? No. No. Far from it. No. Was it a good match, though? It can be debated, One person's good match is another person's bad match. I mean, But it was okay at best. Rhea, she was leading post-break. Like I said, Charlotte was ringside, and at one point, Charlotte was mocking and taunting both of them. At one point, when Asuka was out there, Charlotte was just like, hi. Like that with her, and then Rhea came up, and then Charlotte stepped to Rhea like, come on, what? And then Asuka wound up popping her, and match came to an end though. Rhea, she wound up hitting a riptide onto Asuka, got the win, 1, 2, 3. It was clean, no outside interference from Charlotte, so let the record show, I did mention this at the WrestleMania. I could be wrong, but Rhea Ripley is the only woman to get a clean victory on Asuka via pinfall outside of Charlotte Flair. And I'm just talking in one-on-ones. I'm not talking tags or triple threats or anything like that. Now we come to John Morrison versus Damian Priest. This match was set up earlier in the night, meeting with Adam Pearce, which is what I got confused on earlier. And they set up a stipulation where if Priest wins, he gets to pick the stipulation for a match he has with Miz coming up at Backlash. And if Miz wins, he gets to pick the stipulation. And yeah. As far as the match went, there was a lot of athleticism. I wouldn't say physicality, but there was a lot of athleticism. And I got nothing against Morrison. He's a very athletic dude. For a guy as built as he is, he can move around really good for like a damn cruiserweight. Doing all that time in AAA and Lucha Underground really paid off for him. And Priest, he's a hell of an athlete to begin with for a guy his height, his size, and his build, being athletic and as movable as he is really damn impressive. I dug the shit out of it. Did I think there was much story to the match? No. But, you know, I mean, if you're looking for a match with good athleticism but very little story, hey, you got your cup. You know, this is your cup of coffee. Match came to an end though when Priest hit the lights on the Morrison at one point, got the 1, 2, 3. Miz came in after the match, tried to go and beat the crap out of Priest. Just as Priest was about to do the hit the lights on the Miz, Miz got out of there. Then Priest did hit the lights on the Morrison again. And then later on in an interview, Priest announced the stipulation he picks to make sure it's just Miz versus Damian Priest one-on-one with no outside interference whatsoever. A lumberjack match. Talk about over-delivering with very little results. Because seriously, you're saying you want to have no outside interference. Maybe, just maybe, I'm thinking out loud here. If you want to secure making sure there's no outside interference, how about a fucking cage match? Or, I don't know, how about Hell in a Cell? Because, God forbid, the entire concept of Hell in a Cell was designed to keep people in and no one is allowed to enter. Hence the concept when Shawn Michaels and Undertaker first had it. Contrary to popular belief, this show is actually really good and cathartic for me. Now we come to main event of the night. Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. Now, prior to this, at one point, MVP did have a meeting with Braun Strowman saying, No. Just want you to think on a minute, big man. If Bobby Lashley was going to lose the championship to anyone, and I'm not saying he's gonna, but if he was gonna, much rather be to you than to Drew. Drew already had his shot, man. You haven't yet. Hell, Drew even said you should have had the title a handful of times by now, man. If I were you, I'd be more so worried about making sure Drew can't go and steal your spot and your opportunity. Catch you out there later. Catch you later on, man. So yeah, as far as this match went with Bobby and Drew, man, Bobby was leading, nice little comeback from Drew, but it was good. Again, not up to what they had at WrestleMania, but my God, these two are good. And I've never once, I have not seen these two put on a bad match one-on-one with each other. You know, from when they were in TNA, from when Drew first won the championship, pre-Hurt Business to now, I have not seen these two put on a bad match one-on-one with each other. These guys work. You know, and not only that, this is the kind of match that I like to see. Two big guys that are actually athletic. Not just two big hulking giants slamming each other like two old school LJN figures. You know? It's a damn good match. Now, it came to an end when Braun Strowman at one point came down, ran interference, attacked Drew, hit him with a running power slam, and then Bobby just looked at him like, alright, yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Put it there, dude. And then he, boom, slammed Bobby Lashley, and then got into MVP's face like, how about I just take that cane, I'll whoop your boy, and I show you what I'm gonna do to him on Sunday. And then proceeded to go and beat him up, and then beat up Drew, and then, yeah, then the whole ripping the shirt off, kind of thing, and yeah. So, that is it for this week's show. So please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back to some of the other episodes when you can. Look for me on the Twitter at Tim Vicious. Also on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. If you can look for me on my Facebook gimmick, let me know you found me on there. Let me know that you found me on the Facebook gimmick on here or at my Twitter at Tim Vicious, so I don't think I preach on them. Also, thank you to my executive producer, Ali Ray Ben, who did provide the music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check his stuff out. It's on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. All that good shit details are down below. Also, thank you to contributor of the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. There are a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Also, folks, don't forget to follow these cool-ass cats writing on that Twitter. Kenny Killer, DSB_RV, Diabolica RA, Sergeant Curry Pants, and Dubs in your face. And folks, like I always say, are you on the great? You hate me. Fuck you.